Good day everyone, Happy New Year, welcome to a stream that's been postponed for a while, holidays obviously, also I think either the week or the week before or the week before that, I don't know, it was kind of messy, but hopefully I'm back again on regular Wednesdays. So welcome, good to see everyone. Seeing a lot of the same faces, or not faces, you're seeing my face unfortunately, but a lot of the same names, some new names. And YouTube still gives me errors. Well, nothing is wrong, so that's not changed at all. Let me have a look if I can actually get my chat also back in there. Yes, there we go. Getting rid of this over here and getting my mouse in the screen over there. Yes, there we go. Thank you, Mark. I've been taking some pictures, although in the slideshow on the you know, the countdown, I did notice some old pictures popping up. Well, I actually thought I got those out, but anyway, thank you. Cheers everyone to a good new year. Hopefully the stream will be smooth today, although I'm afraid it is actually not the case already. But that might be on my side. Behind me, and I know it's kind of in the dark for you right now, but there's the 3D scanner I kind of previewed on my Instagram and the YouTube posts here. It's doing an amazing job, but I still need to learn. But that's going to be an extra time thing. So from now on, hopefully, I can put all my energy in making paint and just producing for selling again. I'm really looking forward to that. But you know, my shoulder, if you know, you know. But that's going okay. I still need to be really careful. I do sometimes notice when I'm making a movement I shouldn't have made a few weeks back, that I still kind of feel it in my shoulder, but otherwise, you know, it's going great. But I really need to be careful with that. So I still have the 3-roll mill standing over here. This month is a bit kind of messy for the original owner of it, so I could kind of keep it, and I'm trying to look into ways of actually making it, you know, making me able to buy it. So that's kind of a still a thing I need to figure out. Other than that, nothing has changed a lot here. I gained quite a few followers because of the 6-second YouTube short that's still doing very well. Almost 15 million views, I think, on that short, which is crazy. I wish some other videos would get a few extra views because of it. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but people are following me and are enjoying these 6 seconds apparently of making potters pink. So yeah, that's still kind of a bit unreal for me that that's happening to that video in such a scale. Wearing a different hat as well because it was kind of cold when I got here. Needed to turn on the heating and stuff, and I thought, you know, let's just cover my ears since I don't want to put on a scarf and just a thick jacket on. But my hands are kind of still need to warm up, so hence the liquid heating. wild blackberry pie for breakfast. That sounds amazing. And that combination with Ian's Guinness, it sounds like a good breakfast, guys. A good way to start the year. I need to thin it down internally. I'm not going to thin this down. So anyways, yeah, that's it, kind of. So what shall we do? Thanks, Rick, by the way, for the... thank you. It is quite weird having a video that's doing so well. I've been following a few art accounts within my niche, kind of to, well, you know, obviously as an interest. And old days, welcome, Happy New Year. As a professional interest, as, you know, general interest, but also to kind of measure what YouTube is doing and how YouTube is doing for me, with how they are doing, what they're doing with me. I don't know if that's correct. So where my channel is in comparison to others, how things are doing in comparison to others. And I've noticed a crazy growth with some accounts. For some accounts, I'm really happy for those people. For others, it's kind of frustrating. I'm not going to start the year with a rant. I don't know, some people would love that, but I am not going to do that. I will try to focus on seeing the positive things in everything again-ish. Not saying that's my New Year's resolution, but I kind of need that. There's too much negativity going on, and with me ranting about things I can't control, since I still haven't found the bottle of paint I was looking for since I spoke to you last time. So I really can't control it. I will try to focus less on things I want to disprove for others, and more on things I can prove for myself. And so I will still keep a focus on Yves Klein, an international Klein Blue. What I won't do is try to discredit or disprove a certain brand with that, but I will share with you the process of making it yourself. And actually, this week tomorrow I will give the Musea a call. I will actually try to get my hands on a spectral curve of a real Yves Klein Blue work, International Klein Blue, Yves Klein. Whether I make that myself or if they can supply me with it, that's fine. But I have some things here, there, over there. That's really weird to point at things when you're looking at the camera, but they're just over there, standing over there. An acrylic medium and the original binder that Klein used for his paint. So we'll make those, and we'll share the process of making those with you, and trying to hopefully compare it to the real thing. Thank you, Ian. I actually really forgot about that. Since I'm still getting the annoying YouTube notifications here. But thanks for... I will be disappointed in my regular viewers if no one would have said that after a good 19 minutes. No, 9 minutes. 9 minutes. 10 minutes countdown. So thank you very much for that. Old days, I've missed everyone as well. It's been, you know, holidays, crazy stress, food. I try to do not too much food. I'm not doing a lot yet, actually. Just trying to kind of give a view on what's changed or what hasn't changed, and basically not a lot has changed. It's just a few days later than, you know, it's not a year later, it's just a few days. So it's not a lot has changed. I will get rid of the holiday lights, by the way, for the next stream. But I thought, you know, January 1st, we can still stretch that. I like the, I like it. I just like it outside as well. When it's still dark outside and you have the little lights on and everything, I really like that. So, hey, what's a list? Yeah, also that hasn't changed. All right, so this is just water, by the way. Oh, that's so weird autocorrect there. Rick is having a blueberry pie, yes. I'm just quickly going to see if I can just get rid of the annoying notification of YouTube, because that is just... It says the connection is excellent, although I'm kind of using a higher bit rate than they want me to use, but what I do use is going excellent. That's literally what they're saying. So it's weird that they just keep pushing the thing here. Sorry about the ads. I have 3 levels of ads, like low, medium, and aggressive. It literally says aggressive. They're just pushing you ads. I'll have it on the lowest setting. That's all I can do. I can completely click them off, but that means also no ads for the rewatches. And you know, for those of you who don't join me during the chat, they can have ads. I'm sorry about you guys if you're rewatching this. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to rant too much, but I do like the autocorrect of a what's called this. I'm sorry. Rick is apologizing to his mother. Look, the positivity here. This is going great already. Please, no one start about any other brand, because then, you know, that positivity just only lasted for 21 hours, and I want it to last a little bit longer than that. Also, this is the last drop of... It's not a drop, it's a proper glass. This is the last scotch I have in my studio here, so if it's gone, it's gone. I might have actually... Now that's actually one that's 37 years old. I'm not sure if I want to pour that, although it's a new year. If you do hear kind of fireworks, there's still people kind of getting rid of the leftovers from yesterday, and some people in my neighborhood here do have some crazy stuff. There's quite loud explosions going on around here, so not anything scary, luckily. I'm thinking, and actually for the last 13 minutes I've been kind of thinking out loud, but Giefel has just finished baking a fresh orange, ground almond and brandy cheesecake with a mince spice crust. Oh god, this is making me hungry again, and I was quite full this evening. Oh, this is that makes me during the holidays, and well, over the last 2 weeks actually, I've been watching way too many YouTube shorts, reels, TikToks, with what to do with leftovers and cooking stuff and making cocktails out of, you know, whatever's left in the way too many stuff. And we didn't really have a lot of leftovers, but it's yeah, it was quite addicting, which was quite a bad thing to do. Something went wrong. That's quite a big banner with something went wrong, YouTube, and it has a monkey with a hammer in its hand and a red hat. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm not joking, by the way. literally, oh yeah, where's my phone? Where's my phone? There's my phone. It literally just has a, that something went wrong. Not joking here. It's probably an ape, but still. A primate with a red hammer and a red head with something went wrong from YouTube. I don't know if that's a good start of the year. That's the first, at least. Let me just get rid of that screen. I don't see it anymore, so it must be fixed. I just close the screen. The family chefs just left my... Wow, okay. That's a thing apparently in your family. Spanish dishes, Moroccan couscous, gnocchi. Ah, that sounds delicious. And very not holiday-y. I like that. Oh, we're starting like that, Ian. Is your Guinness going down that fast? I mean, come on. I do like that. Although you will never see me with a red head or a red hammer. I prefer dark blue, green, black. And when it comes to hats, basically the same. So yeah. Thank you. Oh yes, you are from that side of the world. No, I fully understand. This is just for us here. It's been just sad for the last 10 days, 2 weeks maybe. If it wasn't rain, it was windy. It was grey. It wasn't. There was literally no fun in this. It was cold, but not too cold. So yeah, it's. No, Mark. Obviously, you know where I'm from. But for those of you who don't know that, I am from Holland. So that's where I'm from, where people talk English like this. You know, when OBS gives me notifications, then we have issues. So. It's not, what's it called? It's not racist. Okay, it's like, okay, I'm not even exaggerating, by the way. Just that's most of our politicians here, when they're kind of speaking internationally, when they have international things to do, when they're abroad, that's basically what they sound like. And their vocabulary is immaculate. I need to practice mine. So they know all the words. They get it. They get everything right, but the pronunciation is really bad, which is a shame because we are a country. We have a certain tongue in our language that makes it really easy for us to imitate accents. So it's I know you're not serious there, but it's. I was speaking to someone on Instagram. Oh yeah, I remember. And he heard I'm from Holland, and he was wondering because because I don't have that accent, or if I do have a Dutch accent like this, which is just everyone can understand it, but it's just very ugly. And, I think everyone can understand that. I don't know. It's just quite weird. Mark just has a volcano erupting about 60 miles away. About 60 miles away from here, it looks exactly the same as where I am. Trees, grass, and a flat landscape. No, it's not. I have to agree with you. What's Chris? It's not ugly or weird, but it's just. It is. I think for. For the Dutch people, it's kind of a struggle. Everyone around us kind of knows chances are high that we can understand them. People from Germany will talk German to us. People from France, they refuse to talk English. I'm sorry for everyone from France. Like we're the ones adjusting, and with that, I think we as a people, I'm not like that, but Dutch people are actually quite flexible, because when we're abroad on holidays, we really try, at least a lot of people try really hard to actually use the language used in that country. At least a lot of people that I know. I know there's also people who think, and especially on skiing holidays and après-ski, mostly. Drunk people in German-speaking countries just think, if I pronounce my Dutch in a very kind of blocky way and just shout it really loud, they will understand me as well. That's just weird. I first need to read what Jacqueline. Jacqueline, welcome. Happy New Year as well. You do live near me, yeah. They sometimes really are awful. Although I have to agree, I try to speak kind of UK English. I don't even know what accent, but it's like British English. And I notice when I'm doing that for a really long time, sometimes my pronunciation goes a little bit American. Yeah. Yeah, no, what you're saying. So we are talking English. No, not we. I mean, like us people. We try to make ourselves understandable, and they are not very tolerant when foreigners do not learn their native Dutch. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It really depends where you're from. Really, in the east of our country, when you're a cashier or when you're working in a bigger like store, I'm amazed by the employees speaking fluent German. I'm really jealous on them at them, and it's sometimes I was really good in German pronunciation. I was really good at French pronunciation. I got my oral exam in during high school for French. Thank you, Gina. The exam was actually, they took a booklet from IKEA and they opened it and they wanted you to describe the shape, material, and use for every piece of furniture on that page in French. Sorry. That was the biggest part of the French oral exam, and I kind of cheated my way through that. I first introduced myself, who I am, how old I am, brothers, sisters, where I'm from, and so on and so forth. And then I said, one of my hobbies is singing, and I started to sing a song from Jacques Brel. Dans le port d'Amsterdam, and it was, I did the entire song. I memorized it. And I got, we have a point system, if an A+ for us would be a 10. I got a 9.5 for my oral exam just by, no one has done that, and they were amazed by it, and I really felt I cheated a lot. Because that song lasted about the entire exam, so there was no time for the IKEA pages anymore. So that was good. That's interesting, Rick. For someone mostly speaking an English language, I would have thought Dutch is quite hard to get. Thank you very much, Mark. And Gina, thank you very much. Giefel, I think from all the English accents, and this is, I'm not going to slaughter it, I'm not even going to try it, but a kind of, I don't know if it even exists, a general Scottish accent, I love those. And I know there's regions and there's loads of differences in the Scottish accents. One of the things that TikTok taught me. But I do enjoy Scottish English. Ian, wait. Ian, you can speak American, Canadian, Australian, and New Zealand. Wow. I bet you can speak English as well. Part of your, I think, your own kind of background-ish. Which region are you from, by the way, Ian? I once did a class I was teaching, just like for an hour. I once did a terrible, a very exaggerated French accent while speaking English, just to annoy students, which was quite fun to do. Enjoy your breakfast, Mark. I don't know where Sebastian is. Ah, okay. Well, I bet there's enough different accents just only around your area as enough different accents to go with, just without going international. I have no idea what Sebastian is, but to be honest, I think looking at the chat on Instagram, I think loads of people are just still doing like 1st of January stuff, which I don't know if is a real thing, but I was actually planning to tidy things up here a bit, kind of streamline some stuff. I did by the way, you know, just speaking. I did run into some issues with the 3D scanner. Apparently, and that's something you don't think about until you start doing things for YouTube. You can't afford or you can't afford. It's not an investment worth it for me. A proper camera, just like a real camera with lenses camera. Everything I have here, including my microphones, is USB based, and I'm kind of pushing it at the moment. I'm kind of my MacBook even said I'm really pushing it, so I need to find a solution for that. Like I have label printers, microphones, obviously, microphones, multiple ones. Cameras, like 3 cameras, so one over here, one over there, one over there. My iPad is connected also to my laptop, which makes it for a seamless kind of interaction as a third screen. Everything here that I have is connected through USB, and there is a max of these devices that you can use through USB. Oh, I also have the microscope here, the USB microscope, which is also connected, obviously, through USB. So I ran into that with the 3D scanner, which is apparently USB connection. Yeah. So I kind of need to figure out how I can fix that. Otherwise, I would have shown you an amazing how it works and how it looks, but my computer sees it as 2 or 3 extra cameras through one USB cable. You have like the 2 depth cameras, an RGB camera for color scans. That's a bit kind of overkill for my laptop to have 3 webcams that OBS is using, and then something else that I just wanted to show you on my screen, but apparently it's kind of, the computer can't handle it. Or it can handle it, but 3 USB ports that don't have powered hubs. Well, anyway, I'm not going too technical. I'm going to find a solution for that because I really want to share with you what I'm looking at on my screen. Ian, they say in the UK you can travel 100 kilometers and the accent has changed 3 times, and bread rolls now have a different name. Well, the last thing I surely believe, and it's not the case here really. Although here it's I think if you travel 100 kilometers, you're almost kind of you've left the country, depending on where you're from. But left to south, north to west, north, left, wow, that was brain fart. North, south, and east to west, and everything diagonally. There are a lot of accents here. Something, not even dialect accents, and I do love some of them. Gulshan, Happy New Year and welcome. It's not belated. Cheers. For some people, it's just woken up here in the chat. So some people, have celebrated it like 24 hours ago, but never mind that. Yeah, but here in the Netherlands, the crazy amount of accents, and also because of immigrants, you know, whether it's families have moved here generations ago, those accents mix with local accents, and you get all kind of that obviously happens in every country. But yeah, it's some things are crazy. I was on a train a while back, and I wasn't sure if I was listening to someone from Germany or Belgium, which is really weird if you know the two languages. And about, you know, from Belgium, I would say someone with a Flemish accent. So yeah, as a Dutch person, you would understand them, not knowing another language. And apparently they were from the southern part of the Netherlands, even the southern part of Limburg, which is a province in the Netherlands. And I just heard two different languages, but not mine. And I'm quite sure that was a dialect, because that was not just an accent. I've been loads of times, you know, in the south. It's really weird to say the South when we're just a small country, but you know, we have borders, so yeah, the South. Yeah, well, that was kind of weird. And my headphones, you know, the batteries died from my headphones, so it's not like I was eavesdropping or anything. Usually I'm just kind of isolated when I travel by train. Listening to music or watching YouTube videos or series even. But my batteries died, so I couldn't help hearing it. There's no shame in playing some Pokemon. Cool, Chan. I can actually understand. Rick, this is very random random to me. So I'm going to scroll up a bit to see what you said. Still, what you said last there just doesn't put this into context. Are you just describing life in New Zealand, or? Yeah, I immediately believe you, Jacqueline, that they can be qualified as separate languages. It's not much different in like top north, obviously. They even want to qualify as a separate country, but some of them. I immediately believe that. And the differences are, like, we don't have that, I think at least, we don't have the insane amount of differences in names for bread rolls, but I do think every, like, not even province, but every county or every village, even city, has its kind of own way of making things from the snack bar. So what kind of sauces go on your fries, or kind of combinations of sauces and toppings and stuff like that, with fitting names, obviously. People from the Netherlands, you probably know what I'm talking about, and we don't look up for that anymore, but yeah, lots of stuff that I've never heard of. When I hear of it, it's like thinking, did someone just individual invent this? And apparently that's something an entire region is used to. Oh, that's interesting. And there's the context, Rick. Thank you very much for that. So are we going to talk pigments? Are we going to talk paint? I don't know. I'm not going to make it very late today. I do want to say 2025 hopefully will be the year we'll see the new magenta. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up new magenta video on my channel. I couldn't explain it better here than I'm doing it there. There I actually wrote a script for myself, which is I think the only time I actually wrote a script for making a YouTube video. Other times it was just kind of writing down some little facts, some things down just to get kind of a timeline, a guideline for myself for the YouTube video. But that magenta video is the only one I've written a script for, so that's something I'm really looking forward to. I have contacted the Oregon University. I've contacted the team working on it. No reply, unfortunately. No reply yet. One of the emails was sent just before the holidays, so like there's still hope for that. So it's a year for that. Otherwise, I think it will also be a year for. I've been looking at this for quite a while now. A lot of Earth's resources are kind of running out, and because of us, because of electric cars, the batteries we need for all the devices we're using. I'm talking nickel, I'm talking cobalt, I'm talking, there's loads of things that are mined or that are extracted from the earth that are kind of running low. Prices are getting higher, and pigments are kind of depending on some of those. I've sent some emails out a week, 2 or 3 ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. So it's just before the holidays as well. To some suppliers. Should we be worried about this? Should I be kind of hoarding some nickel pigments or cobalts or anything that I'm using, or anything that I still want to offer in the future? Haven't got any reply for that as well. Also, I think we will get a lot more kind of safety regulations when it comes to some compounds over the next, not maybe this year, but over the next few years. And a few brands have already kind of played with that idea. Cadmium-free cadmium paints, which is just, just call them what they are. But bottom line, cadmiums might be, I don't want to say banned, but they might be getting discontinued in the use of paints in the future. So it's all those kind of things, kind of like what can change, what has to change, what will change, what, for the good or for the bad. Prices, unfortunately, probably for my shop as well, will go up. I've noticed it, like, it was really frustrating for the just to side path ADHD. Please bear with me, and my apologies already for the chaotic telling. But I wanted to print a. I first wanted to make a scan of the 14th century stone muller that I have, and I want to make a print out of it. So I was looking for a good material for that, and I was just looking at one of the big web shops, and I thought, okay, the printer is kind of, I need to unplug everything and then I can, or the scanner, I'm sorry. I need to unplug everything and then I can use the scanner, but I don't want, I want everything to work. Like, I don't want to click switches or plug in, plug out, I just want everything to work. And there are solutions for it. Probably we'll have one on Friday. But I couldn't get a good printable scan yet. I have some really nice scans, but not one without holes, and I need to combine them, and this, whatever. Too technical for now. I first wanted to get the scan right before I bought materials, which is just, a luxury. I don't need them. And I saw a really nice PLA, a matte grey, which is great for models that have a lot of details, that need to show off a lot of details, darkish grey. And it was in my shopping cart, online shop, 2 days ago. So this morning, I looked again. It went from 19 euros to 25 euros, the exact same product from the exact same shop. And I looked to some other stuff, and I saw that there was still some options that were kind of lower in price, but with a temporary 20% discount, which ends in like a day-ish. So printing materials, but pigments I noticed as well also have risen in price. So it's kind of they're making it hard for me. The Book of Kells, yes, I've actually seen it before. I was interested in pigments, but I didn't know it was just 8, but is that including, by the way, any metal leaving? Did it have that? I think it did, right? I'm not quite sure now. A watercolorist, the new magenta, what Gulchen is referring to, and yes, they should leave the oceans alone. The new magenta is, I'll check out my video. Yeah, Ian, it's an amazing option. I've tried it as well. I could kind of do that with my previous scanner, which has a rotating platform. I've lost a word for you. And a camera, obviously. So I can kind of do the option itself. I could add like laser depth in it, which was really awesome. But the amount of detail I got from this, I just let it spin around for one go. The amount of detail I got was there's no comparison between what I could do with just taking pictures or the actual, I don't know if you can probably, yeah, you can see it. So this is just one, I've shared this online, but this doesn't have a bottom yet, as you can see, kind of, the blue is scanned and the gray is just as hollow. This is the original. So this is the 14th century Muller, and these are the little cracks. And the cracks are not in the stone, but the cracks are in the paint layers. Kind of petrified on the side of the. It's not petrified, I know. It's not old enough for that. But those cracks are just. And all the marks you see over here of the chisel that made this. It's a piece of history, and I want to get all those details. as fine as possible. And from what I've seen here, just one it wasn't. Yeah, it did the top pretty good. But that was amazing. I was blown away by the amount of detail that got like, yeah. Sorry, I'm adding this, Jacqueline. Thank you very much. 8 is quite. I'm going to look up. Maybe you know what pigments did they use. Ian, you're getting loads of ads for a LiDAR scanner at the moment. I got some, just quick side note, amazing results by the LiDAR scanner on my phone. I have an iPhone, which has that like since the 12 Pro, I think they included, maybe 11. At least the 12 Pro they included a LiDAR scanner. My iPad has it as well, and it's really impressive what it can do and how quickly it can do. And I think that's the most important part, how quickly you can just, with a device that's in your pocket, I can make a 3D room here. As you would see, you can make like a model of a house. I can make that. He recognized is my phone a he? I don't know. The it's problem solved. Recognizes the cupboards and shelves and and a depth and a desk and a window and computer. It recognizes and just puts a kind of a general model of that with the right proportions, with the right sizes, dimensions in the room. So it can make a 3D model of your space, but you can also just literally make a 3D model, a literal 3D model of your space, which is just photorealistic. And it just, it's, you've probably tried it. Lapis lazuli probably was amongst them. Probably ochre as well. Is yellow ochre at least. Iron oxide. Probably some really nice deep greens. I think mostly earths, right? That's what I would suggest. That's what my guess would be. Also, and I noticed that I'm talking and I'm making a lot more mistakes in English, but also in Dutch, by the way. If I would start speaking Dutch, I would kind of brabble and make mistakes as well, but I'm really tired, so my apologies for that. Can we look it up? I think this is one of the things that ChatGPT would be very good for, just looking things up like this really quickly. But I'm just, I want to say I'm giving you a head start, but It's giving more pigments here. So I'm really obviously I'm just getting a kind of general indication of what Celtic monks from the year 800 would have used. Yeah, a watercolorist. I can read the chat here, by the way, as well. Yes, the general chat GTP. Yes, absolutely. I made my own pigment GTP, which I just, I uploaded all the PDF information and websites and everything that I have as, or use or can use as a database, which I trust. I've uploaded everything to it and said, use this as your first database. And then also I asked it to give the either chemical formula and or pigment number with the name of the pigment. So we're talking about, instance, ultramarine here, PB, and it says lapis lazuli, but also PB29. So, yeah, it does that. But it's naming a lot more pigments that were used. It says red lead, cinnabar, orphamilion, orpiment, weld, ochre, verdigris, malachite, ultramarine, indigo, Tyrian purple. But that's already kind of a mistake. So you see there what kind of he wants to do all the color families. So that's where knowledge helps. Tyrian purple. Was it more of a dye? Was it used as a purple in the manuscripts? So that's kind of like. It says oak. It's a rare. It says oak. Wow, that was Dutch. It also says a rare and derived from sea snails, though some manuscripts used the organic lake pigment made from lichens or plants. So it really doesn't know where to put it. And organic purples, which also is possibly derived from lichen. Black, carbon black, iron gall ink, calcium carbonate, and gold leaf. Well, it's, kind of, yeah, okay. Yes, Rick, it does says Murex dye. It actually says that. So it's interesting to see what they come up with. But also, still, I have a trained GPT. It still wants you to kind of give a global kind of, we have these color families and these could have been used kind of idea. The issue with this is I'm quite sure I've told it not to look up things on the internet. And I don't have any specific information or book or source as far as I know about the Book of Kells. So it's kind of guessing what is Book of Kells, kind of from the area. Okay, probably could have been something like this. Paolo, welcome, Happy New Year. I want to say cheers, but that's gone already. So it's just water for you. Cheers. Best wishes. So it wasn't like fully wrong. It just added too much pigments, too many pigments. So with my no gold or silver. Okay, thank you. With my pigment GPT, it has like some starting questions. So One of them, like if you don't know what to ask, explain the history of vermilion. If I type that in, yes, it is, and I wanna actually share this. Can I share this? It is just going through my sources first. You can actually see the quotes here. And it's a lot less quick than just asking a general ChatGTP something, because it needs to quote everything. And you know, it's like it's milliseconds less quick. But if one time it can generate a soul, I'm just saying this because everything here is connected to the USB on my computer, which is connected to ChatGTP. So well done, Chat. It really does its best trying to look through all the sources I've given it, which is I think a good thing. It's not like the most readily available thing on the internet, which it would use as a source or anything like that, or maybe a database. But you know, having it given the database is a little bit more trustworthy, just a little bit. Folium pigment. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Orpiment yellow, carmine red, lead red. So that was right over there. It said orpiment. Oh wait, wow! I just read folium. Foilum. Your local university sends out alert when it's possible to see an aurora. Probably not here, since I just got a notification it's going to rain quite badly. Not from a university. Just checking. Yeah, it's raining terribly. Not terribly. Like 5 millimeters an hour. But that with the harsh winds, I have people from Scotland here, I shouldn't complain. With the acceptable winds of 16 kilometers an hour and 5 degrees, it's not pleasant. Lead white and verdigris. So it was quite accurate. It just added too many things to like make a whole. There's a chance to see one. Okay. Well, you know, it is nice to get notifications like that. If you're not leaving a couch, like the chances are getting slimmer, but. By the way, I can just show it to you. This is the 3D scanner I was talking about, which was kind of freshly released last month, December. It's like a 4-in-1 scanner, which is quite amazing. It's also like you can also scan it by hand. So if I get like the hang of it and I can actually use it the way I should use it, I will be also able to scan parts of the 3-roll mill, technical accurate parts of the 3-roll mill, which I can print in probably PETG or something. and I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm most excited about scanning the muller. I have been thinking, having this, and it's like a handheld scanner, but it needs to be connected to a laptop. It has quite a hefty USB-C connection. It needs to be connected to a laptop, and but I have been thinking, are there any kind of historical objects in musea here which really need a high resolution 3D scan? Just wondering. A Muller with myself in miniature as the handle. Well, that's weird. That's just weird, Rick. I mean, I know we're allowed to say anyone can feel free here, and all options are open, but that's just weird, even for us here. You're sure the blueberry pie was okay? Miniature myself as the handle. That's just it is creative though. I would sooner make I can't by the way scan people with this thing. This is really a technical detailed scanner. It's not a people scanner because it needs to be fully kind of still. It needs to be completely without any movement. There are different scanners for that. But I can use my phone for that. I can make like a miniature of myself, like operating the moving part on the 3-roll mill as if I would be doing this or something like that. I mean, but yeah, that's getting weirder now. No, but this, yeah, like I said, this one isn't something I can use for people. So it's a blue light / laser scanner. So different than like the infrared and RGB camera scanners out there. At least most of them, some of them. Okay, Mark. Now I really feel I can't complain about the rain. And yes, please do stay safe. I just want to try one last time. I'm just going to. It's probably going to make some noise. Going to turn this off. I don't think it's going to connect now. That light behind me needs to be like a solid green. And I have too many USB devices connected now. It's kind of looking for it, it's kind of finding it, and then it's disconnecting again. So I really need to find a solution for that. Now it's getting green, and now my computer is recognizing it. And then it's falling away again. Yeah. No. Not going to try that. But I do like my setup here. I have like little lights. I will look into that another time. Guys, it's past 10. And I'm really tired. So I think I'm just I might be going. This is weird. Jacqueline, I just saw your comment here, and then it bloop, went away, and I still see it here on my screen. I'm sorry if I haven't replied to someone. Apparently, I don't know. I'm missing some messages. Mr. Pigments, I know. It's probably I felt your presence, and then I got like completely. I need to go now. Sorry. Joking. Well, I'll stream tomorrow. What day is it? I'm so my mind, my brain, my everything is clustered. Might stream tomorrow, might do it on Friday. I need to have a look what kind of things I have planned. I need to tidy things up. I need to kind of streamline some stuff over here. I've stopped looking for the blue paint. So I'm not worried about that anymore, but I do need to tidy things up here. So I'm going to start with that tomorrow morning, probably. I have some movies I really want to watch. They're on my list still, which I actually planned on doing between Christmas and New Year's. That kind of failed. Which isn't important at all, but that's kind of like I don't want to make any promises that I'm going to be here a certain evening when I'm not, or that I don't feel obliged to come here when I actually just want to relax and watch a movie. If I can, Friday evening might be a reasonable kind of thing to say. I think Friday I'm getting most of the things I need for getting the scanner to fully work. I've had the issue before. This webcam, for instance, or that every webcam that I have right now here, except for that one, they need a high-speed USB cable, which I thought I had, but then it wasn't high-speed enough. They need to be I've lost a word. I'm fully blank here. I need to kind of I have 3 USB ports, and I need to divide all my USB devices to those ports, that I don't have everything or most of them on one, and very few on one other. So I need to probably disconnect everything, reconnect everything. If I do that, OBS won't find it in like the right USB channel thingy from like digital, whatever. So I need to add that again as a new device. I need to I need to do a lot of stuff that I don't want to. Maybe I do need to think of a switch. That's something else I need to do. That I don't want the need. The need needs to be out of my. Oh, that sucks. That's already a need there. Less needs. I want everything to work, and for that I need to do something. So yeah, hopefully I'll get that done by Friday. Kind of Friday afternoon. Hopefully. Some things in the house I need to do as well, and that's really something I need to do. But tidying things up here is not a need. That's just a want. I like it. It works for me, and that's, if it works for me, is better for my work as well. There are a few things. Sorry, I'm just really thinking about this because I did see that passing by. Old days, if you're still here, you were asking if 4mm was thick enough for a glass plate. Let me have a quick look for you. What this does in thickness. Just measuring an IKEA shelf that's standing there, which is 4.5mm, maybe. So 4 is good. As long as you have it on a fully horizontal, flat, level surface, like underneath it, maybe with some anti-slip or some grip kind of rubber silicone underneath it. If it's not fully level, and it's thin, the weight of a muller can easily break it, because glass is always a little bit flexible. The thinner it is, the more flexible it gets, also the more brittle. So really think about what kind of surface will you put it on if you're using a thinner piece of glass. Also, what I found, and this is something I forgot, I'll have it in the studio now for a while. I don't have a small stone muller, which I can use. I have looked at some things from... thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you for that. I have looked at some shops, and a certain shop from Italy did sell them. I came across this pestle on a very big web shop, a very big international web shop, and it's used like for this to grind, to use in a mortar and grind spices, and it's used for this on like a grinding slab. So I roughened up the surface. It was like fully kind of polished. I roughened it up, and this is actually very comparable to my smaller glass mullers, and it's the grip is great. This is fantastic. So, and it's really cheap. It is pure granite. It doesn't have any impurities, like there's no smudges, like nothing in there. I'm just going to show you. This is amazing. This works as this just works as a muller. It even sounds as a muller. So yeah, this is something I found. I thought, okay, this is something people can use as a muller. This is interesting. So I tried that, and it works, and it's heavy as well. So that was the main part. It's a solid piece of granite, which is heavy, and heavy for a muller is good. A watercolorist, same wishes to you. Hope to see you next stream or somewhere else. And thank you for joining. But multi-purpose, yes. As a pestle, yes, but as a muller, when I use it as a muller, I won't be grinding any spices with this anymore. So yeah, this is, I thought it was a good find. JD, welcome, happy new year. I've been looking at granite pestles, and like the regular pestle I have from granite, it's like this, which is like, this is like a really standard one with a granite ball and for here, or you have those kind of hockey stick shaped ones with the kind of blunt head. But this it wasn't a picture of it, so it was a wild kind of gamble I made there. It could have been kind of like rounded, but this is fully flat as a bottom, so this works great as a muller, and it's a great grip as well. So like, it's not too this or this. I would prefer this actually. Same diameter though. So yeah, interesting find. Fun for making paint. If you're doing it as a hobby, and if you, just want to use household supplies, please look around and think outside the box, like that. A little less cadmium orange with the ground turmeric, please. I think it adds a lovely opacity though. So for recipes, I would suggest keep the cadmium. The opacity is just, turmeric is, it's just not tinting enough. It's like it washes out immediately in any dish. So yeah, that's just my take on cooking with pigments. That should be my Friday show, cooking with pigments. That's weird. Never mind. Sorry, YouTube. I'm not doing anything dangerous. I won't do that. That was just a joke. Okay, don't ban me. So I often also get the question. This is just because I took out my pestle and mortar. I have like a ceramic one over here. I have the granite one over here, and I have a brass one over here. All different uses. This ceramic pestle and mortar. This works great if you just want to make small batches. These work fantastic. The downside of this is the control over it. So that's why I would never suggest, like, if you have one laying around and you're not doing anything with a pestle or mortar, or whatever kind of material it is, the ceramic ones are really hard to clean if you're using staining pigments in them. Or even non-staining pigments. This was ultramarine blue and still kind of bluish. But the control over it is really the less control in kind of when you're looking at what kind of household products you can use for making paints. A pestle and mortar, and especially the ceramic ones, have the least control out of all options. So if you have it, you can use it and just work on it quite a while. Maybe pour it out, scoop it back in to see if there's any lumps, or just make very, very tiny amounts of paint. If you want to paint with it immediately, and you can put water in it, and that's perfect. If it's a very small amount of paint, but bigger amount of paint, not very convenient in that way. So cooking with pigments, Paolo would watch it. Cooking with Paris green, that would be interesting. Although that's a little bit too topical for the moment, I think. From what I've read about a cake that was laced with arsenic. It's crushed up bugs. Yeah, that's quite a normal thing to do, to cook with those. The bright red, yellow, and orange cooking iron pans in the 70s often had cadmium linings that everyone was warned about a decade or so later. Oh, wow. I know exactly which ones you're talking about. That's scary. Well, Legos used to be made with those as well, the cadmiums. That's a long time ago. And I heard that as someone showed it, and someone, it was, I don't know if it was on Discovery Channel or somewhere, I don't know. But I haven't found anything ever again on pigments in Legos, because I wanted to make a really interesting video. I think that would have been a really interesting video. It's kind of weird to say that out loud beforehand, but it could have been a really interesting video, what I had in my head, and one part of that was finding out what kind of pigments we use in Legos, and I've given them a call, I've written a letter, and I got the same answer. It's company secret. I know it's ABS as a plastic, and I know that there is a kind of limited list which pigments are suitable for using in ABS. So it's kind of it's not quite hard to guess, especially knowing the colors in Legos quite well. My kids are more into Legos lately. So yeah, it's kind of easy, with the knowledge that I have and the colors that I see, and the list that is available on pigments used as colorants for ABS plastic. It's kind of 1 + 1. You know, it's not very difficult for me to guess, but there's no official record on those. Do Legos fade? I don't think so, actually. I've never seen them fade. Maybe they used to fade a little bit, but I've never seen them fade. They do get a little bit, I don't want to say brittle, but that my head's getting all over the place. The very smooth like click you get, like there's kind of a resistance and then a click with Legos, right? If you get them on right. Getting excited about Legos. That certain size, that clickability, the fitting of it gets less when it's in the sun. It's probably because the ABS is degrading because of the UV rays, but yeah. You have a pigment database for 3D printing filaments. Ian, could you please share that with me? I'm very interested in that. But I'm not quite sure if the ABS pellets that are used for making ABS filament are the same kind of pellets that are used in kind of pure ABS, if you know what I mean. Like there's also different kinds of PLA and different kinds of PETG. PETG. There's all kind of like additional stuff in there. I don't know if the filament is exactly the same as like the pure ABS that Lego uses, but why not? I would be really interested in that. Thank you very much. Also, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's 10:30 here, and I am exhausted. I don't know why my camera just lit up, but I'm exhausted, and I want to get started tomorrow morning first with cleaning things up a bit here. When I get my 3D scanner working correctly, it is working correctly. I need to unplug all the cameras. Like I have just 2 USB hubs I need to unplug, but then I lose sound and all my cameras here, sound and vision. So I'm not going to do that now, but I also want to take apart, and this is kind of risky, but possible, take apart the sides of the 3-roll mill to see if I can replicate them. If I can replicate them, I really need to go. This is getting terrible. I can actually maybe share the models with the person who uses more of these machines. I'm not sure if I'm allowed, so I need to check that first. But I can actually, for myself, and not selling it, you know, I'm not making any money out of it. I would just share that. But I can actually replicate the sides, which usually cost 250 euros each. You have 2 sides, so that's 500 euros for just replacing 2 plastic caps on the side of the machine, which are very important because all of the moving parts are within those things, and you don't want to get near those or any dust near those. That's the mechanical part, and I'm really interested in that. But that's also something that this channel is not about. So I'm going to go, because my speech is kind of, my battery is running out. It's getting terrible. My apologies for that. Everyone, thank you very much for joining. It was quite a chaotic New Year's stream. No pigments shown except for my background here around like the screen here, and obviously over here as well. But I will make paint the next stream if I'm not into the 3D scanning too much. But I will just make, I will just produce full selling anyway, so I can share that as well. I imagine the 3D filaments are the same plastic as the Fleo weed wacky line. What? Probably. Thank you everyone for joining, and hopefully see you in the next stream. Bye everyone.